In this black and white photograph, we see a sweet young girl named Judith Gersch. What we know happened is that Judith's family was deported to the Krakow ghetto in 1942. So to go from this black and white photo of a content, sweet life before any of the Holocaust happened to your depiction of her in the painting.
So Judith was Romanian, like my grandmother, and she was the same age as my mother. My mother would tell me, and she had the books, the photographer's name was Harrier Whittier Fries. He would dress animals, real puppies and kittens and ducks and rabbits. He would dress them in human clothes and have them photographed in anthropomorphized human activities. And my mother had these children's books, and she would tell me stories about, she spent some of the years of World War II in Canada on a farm. And she would tell me about trying to dress up her kittens in human clothes. I imagined Judith Gersch trying to do the same thing, to have a tea party with her pets.
So we see the bows that were in the black and white photos. We see the lovely wallpaper and the curtain that frames the window. And I love the way her dress, her touching of the kitty cat, and of course the perspective of almost looking upward at the scene from the floor. And I love the tablecloth is kind of folded and undulating. And I love the little kitty cat down at the bottom right, who's like tugging, almost ready to pull the whole thing to the floor. What would you like else to tell us about the painting?
Well, this is one of just a few that are of interiors. It's an interior world. She's playing in an imaginary interior, and her gaze is so direct, so connected, that we really see who this little girl is. There's an intention and fearlessness in the way she's looking out. You know, it's an impossible scene that she would have succeeded in dressing her kittens, that they would have cooperated, not scratched her arms, but here they are cooperating with her play. It's completely imaginary, it's hyper sweet.
Great use of contrasting high and low instruments and that what I call quirky feel that accelerates into, I'd say, nightmarish idea under this. Could you comment on this one?
Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite compositions of the whole project. And it represents very well, for me, the contrast between the lightness and the sweetness of the painting and the situation, the afternoon tea, the contrast. Mm-hmm. I took a waltz. A waltz is usually light and beautiful and you want to dance. Here it's not beautiful. Right. It's sometimes even ugly. Mm-hmm. So to take these heavy instruments and they play the waltz, it's very ironic, and the contrast between this lightness in the painting and the heavy waltz is actually what I wanted to express in the music.
And again, a very quiet ending to this one.
Well, it's not only quiet.
Yes.
It's vanishing
right.
in the air.
It's a pizzicato, and
Exactly.
a pizzicato, a very short note. One thing I've been noticing as we go through this is the variance that you do. Sometimes it fades out. Sometimes you use chimes to signal the funeral, but there's always a sense of their fate.
Her life was cut in a very young age, and I chose here to end it abruptly, like there is other a vanishing, disappearing, or the life is cut
Right.
in the middle
Right.
or at the beginning because she was so young.